Hello, welcome back to the Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. I'm always your host and I'm always here to give you the latest about Arsenal. So this is your latest news and views about Arsenal Football Club. Thomas Partey is back. That's the biggest story. It's my headline. It is my thumbnail. Thomas Partey is back. We had a very interesting performance against Rapid Vienna at the Emirates Stadium. Fans are back in the pitches, in the stands. You can call it wherever you want. And of course, we have a very big game against Tottenham Hotspur in the weekend. I don't know where I should start, but Mikel Arteta has confirmed that Thomas Partey is back, and that is my first story as we go through what is happening around our dear London club. So, beginning with Thomas Partey, yesterday Mikel Arteta was reacting to the 4-1 victory over Rapid Vienna, and he confirmed that yes, Thomas Partey is going to be back in training this Friday. What a big story! What a massive story! Just imagine you have beaten Rapid Vienna in such a in such a prolific performance. Players who are really on fire. Nicola Pepe, Alexander Lacazette, and the manager comes out and confirms that yes, Thomas Partey, after being out from Aston Villa game, after being out of the Wolves game, after being out of the Leeds game, he's finally back in training. Now, it's not confirmed, he didn't confirm whether he's going to be playing against Tottenham Hotspur, but he said the player wants to be part of that game. The player is ambitious. The player wants to play, for us, against Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a big game. It's going to be a North London derby. It's a decider. Not a decider, not a title decider, not a relegation decider though, but it is a decider of how Arsenal value themselves, because if we succumb to Tottenham, if we lose easily to Tottenham, and it's like, we're not playing in North London derby, and we play like we are not playing in North London derby, it's just going to show that Arsenal has really fallen through the standards. We are no longer the quality, we are no longer the standard that we think we are. Maybe we have gone to officially becoming a mid-table team, which I think we haven't. We haven't become a mid-table team. Mid-table teams do not actually spend 50 million pounds on players because they have they feel comfortable, and I think we are still making strides and steps towards becoming the the great team, the big team that we were or we want to be. Maybe 3, 4, 5 seasons to come, we shall be that Arsenal. But for right now, we need to show that that hunger when we go out against Spurs. It's going to be a very tricky game, and many people are saying don't bring back Thomas Partey. It's going to be a tricky game. It's going to be a hard game. It's going to be a little bit more physical. So if you brought back Thomas Partey, it's going to be him against the Tottenham Hotspur side and so on, because that midfield is actually empty without Thomas Partey. So we have one midfielder who's Thomas Partey, and maybe you can talk about Mohamed Elneny, who tries to complement Thomas Partey somehow on some occasions. But the truth is, I would want him play. I would have him play whether he's fully fit or he's not fully fit. I would want him to play against Tottenham Hotspur. I'm just tired of seeing Danny Ceballos. I'm just tired of seeing Granit Xhaka, in an Arsenal jersey on the pitch, doing all the crap. Imagine how, Traore overturned against Granit Xhaka in that midfield. It's like, he was playing, Phil Foden, or he was playing some young kid that's trying to develop their career, and, they're not going to be accountable at the end of the day. It was so embarrassing. So the fact that Thomas Partey is coming back, for me, it is brilliant news. And of course, in a few weeks' time, we shall be announcing the official comeback of Gabriel Martinelli, who is also training so well. Mikel Arteta has confirmed that the player is training so well. He wants to come back. He has the zeal. He wants to to score goals. He wants to play with the squad. I think those are the two most big recoveries that we are waiting for: Thomas Partey and Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli is coming back. I know the manager doesn't want to force him to come back, doesn't want to hurry him. He got a sensitive injury, and that's why he had been out for so long. The same thing with Thomas Partey. Mikel Arteta says I want them to come back. I want both of them to play. But the issue is, if you rush them to come back, then you're going to create more damages than there is at the moment. So we do really accept and we understand you, Mikel Arteta, when you say that these players should be actually waiting to come back. But Away from that, I want to comment about our performance, and I'm really sorry I didn't do a post-match, video or reaction about that Europa League video. I never do post-match reactions about Europa League. I had a watch-along, stream for 2 hours. It is also rare that I would do, a watch-along stream for Europa League games, especially in the group stages. But I had one. It was really fun. You can check it out if you didn't watch it. But I think yesterday was quite different. We have not seen this performance from Arsenal in a couple of games. The fact that we were attacking, getting into the final third, getting into the dangerous areas, and we had individual players show us their individual ability. That was superb. That was what I don't know how to name this performance, but it was superb. It was so good. It was so good. Alexander Lacazette, he has played like, he was playing like as if the team was on his shoulder, dropping back, getting that ball from the center, driving it forward, carrying it for Pepe, carrying it for Reece Nelson, and the goal he scored, is a typical Alexander Lacazette goal. You think and you ask yourself, why isn't Alexander Lacazette scoring goals? The first goal he scored at Arsenal when he had just joined, it was a goal outside the box, if you guys still remember. It was a shot outside the box, and these days he never tries shots on goal. He's just there, predictable, flat. You can predict his next move. You know what he's going to do, and so on. But yesterday his performance was so good, so good. I've never seen Alexander Lacazette as lively as that, as he was. I think I think it is a year or even 2 years that I've not seen Lacazette that good. He was so good, and I think, if Mikel Arteta gives him that, that role, don't be, the lead striker. Don't let him be, let him have that some freedom. Let him have some, authority to play, outside, the sport. Maybe it's going to be, giving us better. The next player was Pepe. Nicola Pepe is proving to be a Europa League player, and I don't want this, but I'm gonna tell you, in the Europa League, he has been ecstatic, he has been flamboyant. You can use any other word you want to, to describe his performances, but he has been on spot, he has been on it. Pepe was so brilliant last night. The game involvement, the way he was playing with Alexander Lacazette, the way he was playing with Reece Nelson, shifting from the left to the right to the middle, to the middle of the park, carrying that ball. What a performance. I think if he can keep it up. And the problem with Arsenal players is the inconsistency. Why are we so inconsistent? Today, a player has a very good game. You bring them in the next game, they are total shit. I'm sorry to say this about our players, but there are times when you think that this guy is total shit today. But if you can see such a performance from Nicola Pepe day in, day out, it's going to be quite different. It's gonna be we're going to have something different. But maybe one thing I saw is Pepe was playing more of the number 10 role. It was something like we had two strikers, Edin Nketiah and Alexander Lacazette, and you thought Pepe was playing just right behind them, but playing from the left, playing from the left, but trying to support two strikers, and that was so brilliant. That was so good. Maybe Mikel Arteta can think about that. If it's not working good on the right, why don't you try him out in the left, or why don't you try him out in the middle, through the middle? Maybe that's where his calling could be coming from. The other player that I was impressed with was Pablo Mari. His performance was so good. His performance was really so good, and I think Mikel Arteta will have to think twice when he's introducing either Skodran Mustafi or Rob Holding or whatsoever, in our back three, because Pablo Mari, the way he played yesterday, the authority, the passing, the goal he scored, the confidence on the ball, I think for me he just elevated the quality of Mustafi and Kolasinac, because you guys know that you have if you have Kolasinac and Mustafi, you up for calamities, you up for danger, you up for grabs and so on. But his quality really elevated the quality of Skodran Mustafi, and of course, although he missed that that goal, and I was like, how do you miss that goal when you're a top level performer, a top level player? But still, it goes down to the individual qualities. I think Pablo Mari's individual qualities were manifest yesterday. He was so good. He was all over the place. In attack he was there, defensive wise he was there. Of course, someone is going to say we were playing a mere Rapid Vienna, but bad players do not even actually respect and the fact that we are at home in front of 20,000 fans and playing Rapid Vienna and so on, they will give you that bad performance on any other day. Finally, I'll talk about Reiss Nelson and Mohamed Elneny. I think Elneny is back, and all of us are happy for him because he's back from this COVID-19. I don't know whether it's still scary anymore that you have COVID-19. I'm just thinking about myself. If the Ministry of Health in my country just told me that guy, you're infected with COVID-19, I wouldn't be shocked. The only thing that I'll be afraid of is the bad facilities. Maybe you're locking me down in quarantine with maybe in stinky rooms and so on. But I don't think it is a big threat. But don't forget to social distance. You can see my studio. I'm here alone, and don't forget to put on your masks when you are moving out in people and so on. But I think it's a big improvement, big boost against ahead of Spurs that we have Mohamed Elneny. I don't know what I should say. I'm going to be doing a combined 11, and I know our midfield doesn't qualify. We don't qualify any player apart from Thomas Partey into their midfield. I know our front three, apart from Aubameyang, who has not been scoring, we might not get any player in the front three. Defensive wise, I think we have been good, and maybe in the goalkeeping section we might have a debate over Leno and Laurie, but I think Laurie has been in fine form. But it's a big boost that Mohamed Elneny is coming back ahead of Spurs. You just can't imagine Granit Xhaka and Danny Spurs playing against Ndombele and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. You just can't you just can't imagine it. It would be total disaster. So he's back, and I think Mikel Arteta was giving him match fitness and so on. We were on Glenn Kitley's channel yesterday. It's called, I think, Everything Arsenal. Glenn Kitley, Everything Arsenal. And we were saying that Mohamed Elneny, he's coming back. If Thomas Partey comes back, then you have a full midfield coming back. Then maybe you can think about the January transfer window later. Finally, Reiss Nelson, I had forgotten about him. Yeah, he had a good performance. He had a good game. He should have scored, but the young kids at Arsenal, they are too much of pampered. They are not professional footballers. He should have scored that goal. He should have created, a chance before even halftime. Before the halftime whistle. I'm really fuming with his output, but his overall performance was just fine. Fans are back in the pitch. Yesterday we had the first lot of fans at the Emirates Stadium. We shall have more and more fans in the coming games, socially distanced. That is according to the rules in the UK. So yesterday it was the platinum and gold members that if your subscription to Arsenal is platinum or gold, then you could actually be voted to watch the game. So we had the first lot, and those ones that watch the game, they will never come back again. I'm not meaning they'll never come back again, but at least they will not be selected for the next few games, maybe until all of us can actually go back to the stadiums and watch football. So fans are back. It's a disadvantage against Arsenal that we are going to be at the White Hart Lane and fans are back. They're already informed. They already have a manager that is, encouraging. They have players that are better than ours, and now they have the fans back in the stands. They're just going to, have the show. But I just hope we can do something better than we are doing right now. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. It is not sponsored, but my name is Kosi, and this is the Arsenal Podcast. I want a subscription from you. I want a like from you. I want a comment from you. What do you think about Thomas Partey's recovery? What do you think about our performance yesterday against Rapid Vienna? And what do you think about fans coming back in the stands? Thomas Partey is back. That's the headline of this story. And I'll be signing out. Of course, I'll be coming back later with the match preview, Tottenham Hotspur Arsenal, as well as the predicted lineups for that Sunday match.